My dream starts off with the world's wildest race that I've ever seen. Picture a giant staircase going up like 30 floors, all right? On that staircase, you just let people start running, and there's little directions on the floor like, oh, run down this staircase backwards, or run up this staircase again, and you just keep going, following the directions.
Are they
all
going
the way to
up
the
or
top.
down?
They're going up.
Okay.
So they're going all the way to the top, and the first one to the top wins. But they're just going timed here. So I wasn't participating in the race. I was just spectating and going up every floor that they were competing on. And there's two guys that were really kind of pulling ahead. They were in first place, I would say, but they were kind of tied, constantly passing each other. And then this one guy just lagged way behind and started losing. And he started yelling. He was like, well, I can't lose. I really can't lose. And I was like, that's stupid. Whatever. What a sore loser. And the guy who in first place finishes, and it kind of felt like that was me finishing in first, but obviously I wasn't participating. But I continue, and this second guy in second finishes, and he's like, I really can't lose. No, you don't know what you've done. And I was worried, and then I step off the staircase building, I guess is what you could call it, and we were kind of a swamp area, it looks like, and there's a little house just down over this little gully. You kind of walk down this gully and onto this property, and it turns out that was the main guy's property, the guy who finished first. And I don't know, I had watched a video last night of a bunch of crocodiles hanging out, and then there was the swamp next, this little riverbed area next to the house, and there was a ton of giant crocodiles in there, but also jaguars just hanging out at the river's edge, and just a bunch of an odd group of predatory animals. So that was interesting, and I was checking that out, obviously. Kind of as the guy who finished first, but also just kind of out of body. It was just a fun time, and I was going around peeking over there. And then the guy who came in second was like, you don't know what you've done, you totally messed up here. And I was like, yeah, you're totally stupid, whatever. And again, not sure if I was the guy who finished first or wasn't, but it turns out through some weird turn of events that you can only really describe in a dream, that the guy who had finished first had held the guy who finished second's family, and said that if you don't win, I'm gonna kill your family, and he ended up killing their family. And then, so this guy was then kind of hogtied and put on those plastic sleds, a purple sled.
The circular ones?
Not the circular ones, but the longer ones. You could fit two people on there.
Toboggan? Oh wait, no, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the plastic ones, the really cheap ones you can buy at Walmart for 10 bucks. So those ones, there was a bunch of those lying around, and he hogtied them, put them on this sled, and he was gonna put them out onto the river. And I was like, oh, that's funny. So
kind of sadistic there.
Yeah, so at this point, me and the guy who finished first were kind of separated, and so I'm over here with the family, and I'm like, oh my god, did I just kill this family? Was it me or was it this guy? Are we the same person and split personality? So I was just having a weird time with that, and so I was like, well, I have to cover up the murder, obviously, because your boy's not going down for how many murders is that? It's gonna be 4. It's gonna be an entire family. So he's got 2 kids. One of them's not actually dead because I couldn't kill that little kid. But the wife is definitely dead. And I was like, well, let me just cover her up first by throwing her in the pit with all these crocodiles. Definitely would cover it up. Just have them bite off a ton of her limbs. Totally fine. And then I put her on one of the sleds, and I was just gonna slide her out. So obviously I wouldn't want to mess with that. But I get over there, and the sled's really slidey. You know how when you put snow on a sled, it slips around, especially those plastic ones.
Yeah.
Well, she was slipping around, and then I dropped. It wasn't her at this point. It had morphed into an alligator's head, but I dropped it into the water, and I saw this giant, like 20-foot crocodile standing right at the water's edge, and I didn't even notice it. And I was like, oh god, and I dropped the head like basically right on it. But I put the rest of the family on sleds, just to kind of consolidate where all the dead bodies were in my dream.
Naturally.
It was a fucked up dream. I'm gonna continue though, act as if I'm not a sadistic psychopath. I was kind of like, just like, all the bodies were there, all the crocodiles were out there, and I was like, that's interesting, and I like looked away for a second, and then that giant crocodile comes out here, grabs all the ropes of the sleds and starts pulling them out, and I was like, oh god, oh wait, isn't this what I wanted? Oh god, no, no, and I started pulling on the one with the kid who was still alive, trying to save lives here, after
putting him on the sled in the first place.
The rest of his family. So obviously hero Devlin here, trying to save this kid. He's pulling on the rope too. Crocodiles on the other end, just like, argh. And then the second me comes over with like a knife, cuts the rope just to the kid. The rest of the family goes out. Then I was like looking out at the water's edge, right, like trying to see like around this corner where a bunch of crocodiles had taken like those sleds, and I was like trying to like peer around there, like trying to see like, oh, is it possible to like get those back, like what's going on here? And then I like fell in.
Oh no.
And like a few crocodiles started coming towards me, and then one of them like goes, whoa, just about to bite me, and I woke up.
Yikes. Well, you probably died, right? Because you can't die.
I wouldn't say I died though, because I could definitely fight like a 20-foot crocodile.
Yeah. Oh well, of course.
Yeah. Like,
it's a good one. Maybe not as good as the dream with like the bomb and the robot sharks.
The robot
plane,
sharks
but
was a sure highlight.
Yeah.
Honestly though, like, I wouldn't even call it a second, because I had a Hunger Games crocodile dream that was insane.
Try to get it to zoom in.
It's a dream log.
It's his dream journal. Calm down.
Is this the first entry?
No. Yeah, I have really good dreams. Although,
Was that about the Hunger Games?
All right. You want to hear the Hunger Games crocodile ones?
Should we save that for a different day?
Yeah, we should.